showtime. Woo, woo. Woo, 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 woo. Silent and profiling. Woo, It's live and in color. Woo!
Welcome to the Mafia Sports Report. I am Tommy, and joining me is my co-host, my best buddy, Mr. Mikey. And what a damn win that was. Honestly, Mikey, a defensive, like the defense put on a show today. We told you on Friday night show that McDermott would have a lot of exotic looks going against Sam Howell, and there would be turnovers. And there sure was. There was a lot. It was more than I actually thought. I didn't think it was going to be that bad, like as far as, you know, the offense for the Commanders. But I will say this real quick before we get going. The one thing that we were worried about going into this game was the screen passes from the Commanders. And we sniffed that out early, and they went away from it. They
ran
just
two screen passes. They ran one early that got shut down, and then they ran one late that we couldn't tackle on. We're like, oh, crap, they can run those? Mm-hmm. And then it got called back because of the illegal man downfield, and they didn't run another one.
Yeah, man.
It was awesome.
It was a great – I think everybody today did their job on defense, man. Everybody had – it seemed like everyone had a sack. Everyone had
9.
A turnover.
The second most in the Super Bowl era or something like that. You know,
okay.
We had 9. The second most for a Bills team.
Yeah, wow. Man.
We had 9 sacks today. So Bernard had 2. He also had an interception and a fumble recovery.
Yeah, he's definitely the player of the game. Defensively, he's There's no doubt about it. He is the defensive player of the game. But I will say Leonard Floyd also was on his A game, boy. He was looking sharp, fast, getting to the quarterback. And there's a reason why we picked him up. I kept telling people kept being quiet on the Leonard Floyd signing. You know what I mean? And I kept telling him, wait, this guy's averaged 9 sacks for the last 3 seasons for a reason. He's going to get to the quarterback. You think this guy all of a sudden is just going to slow down? Nah, man. Like you saw him go around that edge on that offensive lineman. Whoa, bro.
That was a Von Miller-esque ghost move.
That guy had no shot at Leonard Floyd, bro. But yeah, man, we made their quarterback Howell look like a rookie, bro. I know it's the second year. He's still kind of fresh in the league as far as career starts. But man, oh man, Mikey, did we make him look bad? Really bad. And I for Commander fans out there, I wish you the best with the kid. I don't know much about him. Maybe he'll learn from this game. But today, man, going against a good defense, you got a long way to go with him.
Yeah, no, it's nuts. Two things. One, Miami is just putting a beat down on Denver. It's 63-20, and like late, and then they go for another touchdown. They put up over 70 points on them,
bro.
They put 70 on them. 10 touchdowns.
How disappointing is their head coach over there? What's his name? Been so far over there. What's his name? Their head coach for the Broncos.
Sean Payton?
Yeah, how disappointing so far of a start for him.
Right?
I mean, my God, bro. Oh, look at this. So we're looking at some scores here real quick, Mikey. I don't know if it's is it
I see it.
Okay.
I see it. Yeah.
So, man, some close games, man. Look at the Packers came all the way back. We're down 17-0. Scored 18 in the fourth. And look at the Jets-Patriots game. 15-10. With the minute left, Patriots have the ball there. And then where is this Dolphin game you're talking about? What is the score now?
It was 70-20 last time I checked.
Oh my!
It might be over.
70-20, bro. With 8 minutes left, it's not over. There's a lot of time.
Oh my God,
bro! Has to be one of the highest scores I've seen in a long ass time. Do you recall a game that high, like scoring?
No. No, not that. Not in the 70s. Not since college. I mean, I see college games like that.
Yeah, right. I'm talking about NFL. When is the last time a team's put up that many points?
10 touchdowns in a game? They don't.
Can somebody pull that up? That's in the chat. I'm just curious. When is the last time an NFL team scored this many points? Because the game's not over, Mikey. Unless the Dolphins just say, you know what, we're just gonna
because
not do anything.
They've been running the ball and they're just breaking them.
No, I know. So I'm saying. So 8 minutes left. There could be potentially another touchdown or two. That's a lot of time.
Yeah,
I mean that's wild, bro. So guys in the chat, look that up. I'm very curious.
So many missed field goals. Justin Tucker missed a field goal to win it.
Oh my god!
And so the Saints just missed a field goal.
And that's it. They lost. Wow.
Yeah.
What a disaster. Hey, good for Green Bay, man. Good for them. But
yeah,
man, wild.
The Saints also lost Derek Carr in this game, which is a bummer.
And I think is that game over? Is the game over for the let's see here. Patriots Jets. Jets have the ball with 16 seconds. It's 15-10.
Yeah, but the Jets just had the ball
17.
Driving. And then Zach Wilson did
turnover.
Zach Wilson things.
No way.
No. Earlier. I don't know what he did, but it was earlier. And I know Garrett Wilson was blowing up on him on the sidelines.
Unless there's a miracle here, it's on the Jets 17.
So, anyways, let's talk a little bit about this Bills game.
Yeah, let's do it.
That's what we're here for. My God, that defense, man, came to play today. Like I still don't like we miss a lot of tackles. We had a few sacks early in this game that we just missed tackles on. It was bad.
Oh yeah, some of the tackling was some of the tackling was bad today, but once again, I mean, and I will say this too, Commanders were in the red zone, and it was a huge fourth down stop by this Bills team because who knows how the game kind of goes from there. Though I still think we wallop them, but that was a huge stop, man. And that you got to credit McDermott for that. But some of the tackling was poor today. But man, getting to the quarterback, one thing that we've been complaining about, we finally got to the quarterback today, not just put pressure on him. We actually made the sack. But I will say this, Howell holds the ball a little bit too long. So he kind of helped us out in that department.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah. So
you also get bodies around him. And he balls up.
He flusters. Yeah, you can see he's just like he clams up. He doesn't know he shells up. So, but either way, we still made the play. There's very few plays that we let Howell get away. I think there was one that he got a run on us, but other than that, I thought the defense when they got on him, they got on him. They didn't let him go.
9 sacks. So listen to this: 9 sacks. Yeah. Bernard had 2. Daquan Jones had 1.5. Okay. Daquan Jones had 1.5.
Yeah.
Ed Oliver had 1.5. Leonard Floyd had 2. Greg Rousseau had 1. Epinesa had 1. He also had a pick 6 in the game.
Yeah, he showed up, man. Everybody, I'm telling you, Ed Oliver. Yeah, so I'm looking at him right here. So if you want, so Bernard had 2. Daquan had 1.5. Ed Oliver had 1.5. Leonard Floyd had 2. Rousseau had 1.
Rousseau also had multiple QB hits. So although he didn't get sacks, he was smacking the crap out of them all day.
Yeah, yep. And how about the interceptions too? I mean, 4 of them. Trey White showing out of the old Trey Day in the end zone. Once again, another red zone opportunity for the Commanders, and Trey White took it away. And then the Micah Hyde interception. He hasn't had one in a couple years. That was awesome to see. And obviously Bernard's, man. Our linebackers are
Bernard got it. Listen, we didn't get to see Bernard in preseason, so there was a lot of concern going in.
Yeah. No stuff.
I will tell you, through 3 games, I thought he's played really well. It'll be interesting to see what he looks like next week against the Miami team.
That is yes. So next week, as you guys see, their offense is good. I am not going to deny that or be sitting here saying like, oh, who loses? They're playing the Broncos. Bro, you put 70 points up, and they're probably going to put more up against any NFL team. Your offense is legit. Their offense is good, but our defense is damn good too. But yeah, you're right. It's going to be interesting to see how a couple of these guys actually step up. Bernard being one of them, Christian Benford being the other, because this is not going to be an easy out. It isn't in Buffalo, But that offense, they're deadly, bro. They're deadly when they get going. They're tough to stop. So, yeah, we have a lot of work to do next weekend, and this defense better be prepared.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. But there's nothing from this defense I haven't seen yet that makes me think they're not going to be prepared.
Oh, yeah. I agree with that. Mikey, I 100% agree. And I keep telling people, hey, that's what I keep telling people too, Mikey. I'm like people underestimate this team in general, but really the defense. Like, this defense, for the most part, every single season, even with Frazier, comes prepared. Like, very rare do we get just blown out. Like, offensive team just makes this defense look bad. Like, we normally come prepared. So, I there's no doubt that they will be prepared, but it's going to be a tough out. There's no doubt about it. It's not going to be an easy game.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no. Justin Jefferson just went down in the late seconds. Non-contact. Oh, no.
That's never good. We all know about that. What, leg? They're saying leg?
Yeah, ankle, leg. Like, he sat down on the field, kind of like Aaron did.
Right. Yeah, it's rough. Well, let's see what happens. I wanted
Yeah, that's nuts. So anyways, talking about next week. Well, we'll get to next week. Let's get to today. I thought the offense, Dorsey bothered me today. I'm just gonna come out and say, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Dorsey's game plan bothered me today. He kept running that shotgun runs, third and shorts. We have two monsters in the back that can get us a yard, and we're freaking throwing it on third down and 3rd and 1. And we're running shotgun, 4th and 1s. And like, what is our game plan?
And the only reason that worked at the end, the shotgun draws, is because by then the Commanders' defense was worn out. They were on the field a lot. Like, so don't get mistaken, because James Cook had a hell of a game. Another, I think he averaged 6.9.
Yeah, he had 98 yards.
And his average was like 6 points on. But it wasn't like that in the beginning. Like, with those shotgun draws, they weren't going anywhere in the beginning. That's only towards the end, once again, when the defense is softening up. But I agree with you, man. Like, I like Dorsey. You know that. I've been supporting him. But, bro, it drives me insane that he just cannot seem to know how to work the running game. It's like, bro, get under center. Why is Murray and Harris not involved early on in that game? On a game that, by the way, was like a little rainy in the beginning. And luckily for us, it got better, the weather, towards the end of the game. But why aren't you running there more, like under center with those two guys? You see what Murray can do. You see what he can do when he has the rock. You see what Harris can do. And it's so frustrating. Also, those wide receiver screens, I freaking hate them, bro. I don't mind them here and there, Mikey, but goddamn, bro, they're so bad.
On 3rd and 12. I don't mind them early. You want to throw that on 1st down to try to get a quick little, 3, 4, 5 yards. Fine. I'm okay with that. 3rd and 12. No.
Right. You telling me you can't, Josh Allen can't pick up 12. And if you're trying to go for a field goal there, are you talking about that field goal play, right? Where we kicked the field goal, we lost 2 yards.
On 3rd and 12.
Okay. If you're going for yardage there, because you're not going to pick up the first, I guess that's what they're thinking. Why not then throw it an easy slant or something, get 4 or 5, or even run the ball, at least get 3, and then you go for the field goal. Like, we lost yards in that play. I just don't like it. I don't like the Hardy stuff they're doing with Hardy. Like, it's not working. Once again, it's just not working. Get him out. Get him some routes, man. Like, I'm done with the trickery crap. It's not working. Defenses are totally reading that when Hardy's in the backfield. I just don't like it, man.
Yeah.
And it's like week after week with Dorsey, man. It's like, you think he would learn his lesson from last week and go, oh, hey, like, well, getting Murray and Harris involved under center. Oh, wow, that seems to work. Nope. He goes right back to the same shit. And I hate that about coaches, man. But some coaches are like that, stubborn as hell. And he's probably one of them, man.
Yeah.
I know he is now. Like, there's no getting around
like
it.
I originally thought, well, maybe it's Josh. Maybe Josh likes the shot.
I did too, yeah.
But then when Kyle came in and they were down in the red zone, they did the same shit. And it's just like,
same shit.
Okay, it's a Dorsey thing. It's not even a Josh thing. Because Josh looked comfortable under center today all day when we did.
No, he did.
And every time we went under center, we didn't run the ball. We went play action.
Play action, right? What are you doing? Which would, by the way, which would work if you were running the ball under center.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It just makes sense, man.
Listen, we the Bills played a smart game. Josh has been saying for a long time, and yeah, we know we got the W. I want to see our offense start to click a little bit more.
Yeah, we got to talk about the good and the bad. By the way, like we're gonna bring up.
So we're just talking about the bad right now, and it's some of the play callings. It's inconsistent, is what it is. It's not even that it's horrible, because we held the ball for a long time, and Josh made a lot of great plays that got us out of some bad situations, and we did run the ball well in the second half as they wore down because we held the ball for so long. Right. I think my issue is the consistency of it. I need to see us get going a little bit more. Take some of the pressure off of Josh. And like let's be perfectly honest. My last major bitch of today is freaking Gabe Davis on a 50-50 ball, didn't even try to knock it down.
Yeah, it wasn't the greatest throw, but he still had the opportunity to at least get in on the play, make it, break it up or whatever, or maybe make the catch. But yeah, that was definitely on Gabe as well. More on Gabe than anybody. But it was one of those. I even told you it was almost like
it ended up being like a punt.
Yeah, and it's almost like we're doing that on purpose lately, which I don't like. It's like it almost seems like, all right, it's 3rd and long. You know what, Josh? We're at the 50. Just throw it deep, and even if it gets picked, maybe we have it. Yeah, and who cares if it's picked off at the 10? But that doesn't always work that way. What if the guy takes it to the house? What if the guy takes back to our side of the field? Like I don't like it. So, anyways, but that's some of the. You know what else too? I feel like sometimes the offense is very predictable. When Allen's in shotgun and Cook's in the backfield, I almost could tell you that they're gonna run it there. Like Cook's more likely gonna run it there, or like it's just so predictable that Cook's gonna run it on a shotgun draw there. And it's like I don't see the defenses they're not getting confused on what we're doing. So it's just very predictable at times. But then Dorsey dials up a beautiful. I think our first touchdown to Gabe Davis, which is a beautiful call on a turnover. Boom. Gabe Davis runs the right route. Like that's a beautiful design play, but then he goes back to very basic route running. By the way, dude, I will give this credit to Dorsey, though. He is limiting Josh Allen's design runs. And today, all of Allen run, at least for the most part, I think.
Hold on a second. I have to step away.
Okay. Yeah, so, guys, I would say Allen today, for the most part, all his runs came from him, just getting out of the pocket when the defense was collapsing, which is great to see, man. Like, I'm telling you guys, we need to continue that moving forward with Josh. You got to limit his running to keep this guy in Buffalo as far as like not turning into Cam Newton, right? You don't want to get this guy broken by year 10. You know what I mean? So where he's just a shell of himself. He can't move in the backfield there. So yeah, I like that they're finally taking that part away of the play calling as far as like getting Allen designed runs over and over and over and over. Because that's one thing I hated with Dable. It's like it seemed like he was never going to stop it. He was never, ever going to stop that Allen design runs over and over. And I will give Dorsey credit. At least Dorsey now is limiting that, is understanding that can't be an ongoing thing throughout Allen's career. And we have the backs now, Mikey. I keep saying, like, we have the guys now. I'm not saying these guys are, like, unbelievable, but James Cook is starting to come to his own, like, starting to really become his own, right? And he's starting to really look like the James Cook of the second half last season. And that's really good to see early on in the season. So because I was a little bit nervous week one. I'm like, oh, man. But he's starting to see the field better.
Yep.
And I'm telling you, those other two guys are helping him. You got to get those guys more involved. But go ahead, Mike. Yeah.
Latavius had 5 carries. Damian Harris had 5
all
carries.
at the end. All at the end.
Yeah. I'd like to see. I'd like to see them, even if it's not in the first drive. I'd like to see them in the second drive worked in.
Right.
Bring a little bit of the power, run game, and then it'll help get the offense moving. It helped us against the Raiders. I also think it would help us a little bit because what it is we ran into a lot of 3rd and longs today. I want to see us in more of 3rd and shorts. Josh is really good at 3rd and longs because he's just a stud.
Right.
But I would like to see us more in third and shorts, third and manageables. Keep the sticks moving.
Yeah.
By the way, too,
another bad thing, and then we'll move on to good stuff. The penalties today.
Oh,
and I was complimenting this team with the penalties for the first 2 weeks. I thought they did a very good job, but the penalties today were terrible. Bad.
And a lot of them they were horrible penalties. Some of them were like phantom penalties.
I thought that call on Kincaid was horseshit. Where did he kick his leg out? I did not see.
He didn't. They said because they grabbed his leg, they called it tripping.
Wow, bro. I really, if he did, it was so minor, bro. I think even the announcer was like,
Same with the PI against or illegal contact with Benford.
That fumble was bullshit too. That was definitely a fumble. Good.
They called it forward progress was stopped.
Yeah. That's crap.
I don't even know if he caught the ball. I don't even know if it was really a catch.
Right, because I almost feel like Commanders would have challenged that to say that he didn't have full possession because he wasn't making a football move. It was moving around or whatever. Who knows? But whatever. Yeah, the refs did. A couple calls were crap.
We had 6 for 45. They had 2 for 15. So although there was some penalties, and Spencer Brown had a really bad one that pushed us back out of field goal range, and then we got back into it. Yep. I thought our offensive line played really well today, Tommy.
Dude.
Against that defensive line, I gotta tip my cap to those 5. Those 5 played really, really, really well today.
And that's what you want. And I know everybody was questioning that going into this game. It's like, all right. First week they looked okay, but the second week they looked good, but against the Raiders defense. Now what you got to say, because that defensive line for Washington is legit. Got some young guys, are all talented. And I thought, man, the offensive line held their own. Osiris Torrance, even Spencer Brown held his own. Now, he whiffed a few times, but I still saw a very good play. They helped him out a lot. That's fine. If we have to continue to help him here and there, I don't care. Good, great, whatever it works. If that's what is needed, make it, then do it. I have no problem.
Listen,
but Dion, everybody did their job.
If our other 4 are doing well enough to where you don't have to help them and you just have to give a little help to Spencer, we're in a really good position this year because Dion locked down Chase for the most part.
He did great. Yeah, he did great.
And then our interior guys kept Allen and those guys off of Josh all day long. Josh had a lot of room back there.
He most certainly did. There's only a few times I saw Josh in trouble and he escaped. But other than that, I felt like they gave him a good amount of time to throw the ball, man. So kudos to that offensive line. By the way, that's on Cromer as well. So kudos to Cromer for getting those dudes.
Dorsey with his game plan for the blocking schemes. Like those two guys got in a room and figured it out, and I love it. That was been our bug. But listen, our offense will get better as the year goes. I am not concerned about our offense. I'm a little frustrated right now with some of the inconsistencies of it.
Right.
But we don't need to be playing the best ball in September. Yeah. We need to be playing best ball going into the playoffs. So that's fine. Let's slowly. And our
Trent
defense.
Sherfield showed up too today. By the way.
Trent Sherfield, welcome to the season, brother.
Yeah.
A couple great catches. Shakir had another great third down catch. They don't get a ton of targets, but when you get your target, you have to make your presence felt. Shakir went 1 for 1 for 5 yards and a first down. Gotta love that.
By the way, the game ended. It's 70-20. It was the final. Holy crap!
Man,
they had to have set records today in that game. I'm going to go on later and look, but there had to have been some records broken today in that game for that many points. I'm just saying that's wild. That is wild.
He did have a quiet day. He did have a quiet day. He had 2 catches, 3 yards.
Yeah, man. He's having it, and he had some penalties as well. I think he's having. I think he had 2 actually. The one, the thing that I didn't think was a penalty, but and then he had another one. I think it was a motion, something like that. Like later on, got called up in that. So
that actually wasn't on him. That was on another guy who didn't get set.
Oh, that's right. But they called him on it. But
yeah. They called it on him because he was the guy that wouldn't motion.
I think he's trying to find his way, though. I think he's still trying to find his way in this offense. And I think Josh Allen is trying to get it's his comfort level. Once he gets going in this offense and gets more familiar with the NFL speed and all that crap, he'll be just fine. I have no worries about Kincaid right now.
Yeah. What's going on, Jessica? Yeah. So it was one of those things, I mean, we threw for 218 yards today. That's it. We ran for 168. It was a Steph Diggs game. Steph had 8 for 111. Gabe Davis had 1 for 35. He had 2 for 18. Trent Schiffer had 2 for 18. Hardy had 2 for 15. Cooks had 2 for 14. Knox had 1 for 11. Murray had 1 for 6. Shakir had 1 for 5. Like, Davis was the only one. He had four targets and only 1 catch. He had a really bad drop too on a first down.
He should have made that. Like that. The one we can criticize him for the one, but it's whatever. But the drop on the same drive, by the way.
Yep.
Would have extended the drive. You know what I mean? Like you got. I know it was an easy catch, but it's definitely a catch you can make. And that's a catch you need to make.
He let it go off his hands, off his chest.
Yep.
His hands were just in a bad spot going down to the ground.
Yep.
Got to make that catch.
Yep.
But this defense, yes, Justin, this defense won this game.
100%.
The offense rode that defense. And I'll tell you, after that first touchdown that we had, Josh went right over and celebrated with Bernard and with Milano and the defense. He didn't celebrate with the offense. He went and celebrated with the defense.
Yeah.
This kind of shows you throughout. Like this last week, the defense said they weren't on the field long enough to really make an impact, and they were upset. You heard it in Micah's, mic'd up. He's like, hey, we want to play a little bit. They dominated today.
Right. I mean, we won the time of possession again, and that's huge. I always tell you guys, 34 minutes to 25 minutes, basically 35 to 25. So we won in that department again. We won in the turnover battle, obviously. And like you're going to very rare, you're going to lose games when you win time of possession in the turnover game. So
we won red zone. We went 2 for 4. They went 0 for 2.
Right.
I believe we won third down conversions as well too. The Commanders had a stat. They had 9 straight games of holding teams with under 4 third down conversions. We had 6 in the first half.
Damn,
and we broke the record.
Okay.
The streak. It was awesome.
Yeah. But back on the defense. Defense put the offense in great field position. And they also they had their defense on the field so much that they were just helping out the offense, because of that. They were just wearing that Washington defense was getting wore out by like the third quarter, midway through. They were done, dude. You could see them breaking down. It was a wrap by then. Like they just had nothing left in the tank.
In the second half.
That's what I mean. Middle third quarter. I think we could have even ran the ball more and just really, really beaten them up. And that's a little bit in Dorsey as well. Like I said, I think he does need to, he needs to run the ball more. And I think I'm just hoping that, like I said, man, they continue that, because I'm telling you right now, next weekend's game, if we can win that time of possession and do what we do on the running game and keep that Miami offense off the field, we will win that game. If we don't and we just go air happy, it's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a tough battle, because that offense is going to, our defense is going to get tired being out there so much going against that offense. So that would be my key, but we'll talk about that next Friday.
Yep. Beth, I'm with you. I felt like the guys were having fun too in the second half. It was nice to see them kind of have that swag. Me and Tommy have been talking about this offline a lot. We just felt like that swagger's been missing, them having a good time. Like it felt like in that second half, they felt like they had this game. Like Josh was making smart plays in the first half. He was taking the field goals instead of, trying to force things. He was ending them with kicks. We were up 16-0. We didn't do anything in the third quarter, but in the fourth quarter, then we just put the game away. We just, dominated. And that time of possession was actually misleading, because the last 6 minutes, they pretty much had the ball.
Yeah.
You know, because you know we just put the game away and we were just running the ball. So it was nice.
Rivera went for the field goal. He's like,
I'm not getting shut out.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. Most coaches would not have done that, by the way, but that's all right. He just didn't want to get shut out, I guess.
Yeah, you know, it was like we have to talk a little bit about the bad. You know, the things that we want to see continue to grow, and it's not even that it was bad. When you win 37-3, nothing was really bad.
No,
it was just inconsistent. Things I would like to see us clean up.
Exactly. Things that need to get better. That's all.
Yeah.
You know, but I want to say this one more thing too, and we were talking about it through text message. Wait till Von Miller returns, guys.
Back.
Like if you think this defense is nasty now, wait till Von returns. I'm telling you guys, it's going to be real nasty, man. Because then McDermott can do a lot of different variations, like disguise it, like just really get tricky with that defense.
Not only that, but our second unit DNs with Shaq and AJ is really where they tend to, when those guys come in, is when they tend to move the ball on us more. If you're telling me either Groot or Floyd isn't beyond that second unit with, and which the way I'm looking at it right now, it's probably gonna be Shaq who's going to the practice squad.
Yeah, he's having
not even practice squad. It could be Kinley John's going to practice squad, or Shaq could just not get a game day jersey because a couple of those big runs were on Shaq just not being where he's supposed to be.
Right. Yeah, he's not having the greatest season so
far. But you have Floyd or Rousseau with that second unit opposite of AJ. You know, now you have one of those elite pass rushers coming in, and then on those third and longs. You slide Groot inside, and you have Vaughn, Groot, and Floyd coming.
And by the way, too, we said it Friday. Put your hands up, swat.
Yep.
The passes, and AJ Epinesa did just that, and got the pick. And then I think there was another play too that we did that, and it got intercepted on a tip. So, man, get your hands up. Leonard Floyd did a good job today, putting his hands up. Like, you got to do that, man, especially against shorter quarterbacks. Like, I think Howell's 6 foot, and Tua's short, by the way, next week. So that's going to be something, too. I hope that they learn from that game, from this game. Man, just put your hands up, swat that pass down. Don't make it easy for them.
Yeah. Imagine this, Beth. Vaughn, Floyd, Groot, and Oliver all coming off the line.
Yeah, nasty.
In third and longs. Even in third and shorts, you can slide Groot inside too and run Daquan next to him. You know, because Daquan was a monster today. I'll tell you one thing: we shut that run game down. They had 13 for 105 again.
You need the stats pool, or you got it?
I got it. They had 13 carries for 105 yards today. You know?
No, and that's a good running team, by the way. They got a good hell of a running back over there. Robinson's good, damn good, bro. He's a bigger back with some speed, man. Like he's a back. He's not an easy guy to get down. You know what I mean? Like, he's going to keep moving forward.
So, they're talking about the Jessica Kim says, if no one's put on IR, can they move Shaq easily to the practice squad when Vaughn comes off? Yeah, I don't know if it'll be Shaq though. I think it might be Kinsley Jonathan that goes to gets released. I can see. Yeah. Although I would be okay if they kept Kinsley on the main roster and moved Shaq to the practice squad, because Shaq hasn't done what we needed him to do to this point.
Yeah.
You know, which, so sometimes that happens, which is fine. Overall, I thought our secondary played really well. We kept Sam Howell 19 for 29, 170 yards, no touchdowns, 4 picks. Yeah, they have some very talented skill players. Terry McLaurin, 6 for 41. Curtis Samuel, 2 for 54. Cole Turner, their tight end, 4 for 35. Dotson, 2 for 21.
Yeah. I thought Trey was sticky all day, even with the plays they made, and they're going to make plays. Like these are, and they're good receivers. Like, but I still thought Trey was in on everyone. I thought Benford played okay today. I thought he got beat a couple times, didn't really get back in on the play. But he tackled well. I just didn't. I thought his coverage was a little off today. He needs to get a little bit better on that coverage. I thought he got beat a few times and didn't get back on the play. To make a play on the ball. So he'll learn from that. That's film. study. But I thought, like I said, Micah Hyde, Jordan Poyer, I thought they all played well as well. Just ball hawking, just all over the field. That's what you want to see, man. I thought Matt Milano was quiet because he didn't really. It was the one game that Milano was quiet, but not bad. It's not like he played bad. He just was the one player didn't have any like big interceptions or stat line today.
It's because Bernard beat him to all the balls. Like Milano was right there to get to recover the fumble, but Bernard just beat him to it.
He was just on a mission today.
I want to talk to Spin real quick. Spin here says it's not good run defense, 13 for 105, but 3 of those carries completed 55. So they had 10 for 50, really.
Right.
Which still is a decent yards per carry, but they couldn't put them back to back. They would run one, they'd get 4 yards, they'd try to run again, and we would shut them down, and then it'd be 3rd and long, and we'd get them off the field. Then they would run one, and they'd get 4 or 5, Then they would, try pass, we bat it down, and then be 3rd and long. So I mean, it was just like that all day long. They couldn't stack their runs, although they only had 13. They never were able to stack them back and forth because they would hit one good one, but then we'd shut it down.
Exactly.
Yeah, Jessica, I know Kinsley subject to waivers. Shaq's not. I would like to see Shaq go to the practice squad and Kinsley stay on because of that. Because I have a feeling if we send him out to waivers, he's going to get snagged.
Yeah. Somebody will scoop him up.
Yeah, I really do think so. You're still early. Things can change. We know Shaq is what Shaq is capable of. If he needs a game to start the motion like Sherfield did today. We know what Shaq is. Shaq could very well easily go to the practice squad, and we can always call him up. And then if someone gets hurt, we can bring him up. I don't think he's going to be coveted by the rest of the league. He's had multiple opportunities to sign elsewhere, and he hasn't. So, my star of the game goes to Toronto. Bernard played a fantastic game, man. We have 2 Milanos out there. Yeah, it really felt like that. And I'll tell you one thing: he's getting more and more comfortable in the run game too, because he came up in the hole a few times and smacked him. Which was
and I love that they were bringing him on blitz packages today.
Yep.
Remember, I told you through the first 2, I didn't feel like McDermott was sending a lot of exotic blitzes. I felt like today he did. He sent the linebackers in today, and even when they didn't get home, they caused chaos in the back in the backfield there. And when you do that, that's when by the way, too, Ed Oliver had a great game too. But when you do that, you get the quarterback to go on one side of to motion out another direction, and that's when Gregory Rousseau eats. That's when all the other guys eat, So that's why I'm saying when Vaughn comes back as well, man, just the fact that he's there, getting the quarterback to run a different direction opens it up for everyone else, man.
Not just that, it gets the line to slide his way to help.
That's exactly.
And puts gives us more one-on-ones.
Right.
Right.
Yep.
Like right now, you don't see a lot of one-on-ones. You see them helping double teaming on the interior or one of the guys. But once Vaughn's there, it has to go his way. You have to help. He's a game wrecker. So is Leonard Floyd. They just don't treat him as a game wrecker. Leonard Floyd was probably our most underrated signing of the offseason.
Oh,
that dude is just
no doubt about it, man. No doubt. That's why I'm very curious what they do. If he continues to pile up the sacks throughout the season, if they somehow extend him, because I'm telling you, man, I think he'd be worth an extension. Not a crazy long one, but get him here another year or 2. You know what I mean? Because him, because Vaughn's not going. Listen, Vaughn's still here for a little bit. So with him and Vaughn, man, and Rousseau, like that could be a nasty lineup, man. And I just don't see the decline in Floyd with his age. So if they're worrying about the age factor, I don't see it yet. Like I just don't see a decline. His speed is off the snap is tremendous.
Yeah. We talked about this a little bit earlier, Beth, and I'm not sure if you were here, but we were talking about Bernard, and we said our concern was we didn't see him in the preseason, so we didn't know what to expect. And if we would have saw this in the preseason, we wouldn't have had the same concerns. No, I am now understanding why, Christian Kirksey said, maybe I'm just going to hang him up because I don't see him leaving the field unless he gets hurt.
And I understand. I think we understand now why McDermott chose to have him as middle linebacker week 1 without him even playing a down in preseason when it was supposed to be a competition, because Dotson and Klein clearly were not the guy, and he saw something. So you got to credit that to McDermott as well for having the faith in a guy that he didn't really even get to see in preseason. He was just going on, hey, I know what he could do. Let's see it. Hey, I'm going to give you the opportunity, even though you didn't play. So you got to credit McDermott for trusting his instincts really on Bernard. So I'm happy with that. And listen, I told you guys from the beginning, my concern with Bernard was I just didn't see enough from him in year 1, his rookie year. And then obviously he got hurt in training camp and it was a little concerning, but right now he's earning my, he's earning me, man. He's,
Roy coming in with the jokes. Come on, guys. Dotson could have done all this too.
He's earning my praises on him.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah. Roy's coming in with the jokes. He's saying, Dotson could have done that, Tommy. Everything that Bernard did today. Like, listen, he's just a better coverage guy, and he is. That's why we thought he was going to be the Matt Milano replacement. It's because he was, and I'm starting to see what McDermott and Bean were going for when they said they wanted to change their linebacker types to more athletic coverage guys overall. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out moving forward. I like it. I'm still concerned if we run into one of those heavy running teams. We just got to, the Tennessee Titans and Derrick Henry. How's that going to work out? So far it's looked good.
Yeah.
Sucks that Miami's leading the AFCs for the time being.
Man.
Listen, we're a week away, brother. Yep, we're a week away.
It's a long season, man. We've been down this road before. I keep telling people, man, been down this road before. How many times did Miami, throughout this last year, any team, took over the AFC East for a week or two, right? Even the Patriots in 2021 took over the East for a little bit, and everyone's doubting us. So it's a long season. It is what it is. Week 1's in the past. And we've already proven now 2 weeks in a row that we can get back on track. And this team is a vet team that I have faith in. Really, I trust this team. The only thing I ever question about this team is the playoffs. That's it. Regular season. Listen, man, Mikey, we've proven year after year we can get back on track. After a bad game. And we can find our way again, figure shit out, fix it. We have a group of guys that are playmakers that are good. We just have to. Sometimes you have those games where you just don't play up to your ability. So I think that was what happened week 1 with Josh, and he's played way better since. So we'll be all right.
Spen comes and says, "Hey, you guys wanted to see something out of AJ?" He answered your call. AJ did, because it wasn't just the bat down. AJ put a lot of hits on Hal today.
Pressure.
I was happy to see AJ play so well today.
But he needs to. Listen, Spin. It's a contract year for AJ.
Yep.
If anyone needs to show his worth, it's AJ, because he's trying to get a contract either from us or for somebody else. I don't think it's going to be us, but whatever. Either way, he has to show his worth out there. So, and we drafted him in round 2 for a reason. We saw the potential in AJ Epinesa. He just hasn't lived up to it. Now, last year, I thought he took a step forward, and then this year he's off to a slow start, but today is a good step in the right direction for him. Just like I said with Spencer Brown in week 2, and look, it carried over in week 3 with a much better defensive line. Now, what do you guys say about Spencer Brown? You can still say, oh, he got some help, but he still played very good today against a very good defensive line. You can't now say, oh, well, it's the Commanders. Now, that's a good defensive line. So I think this offensive line is finding their own, they're coming together, man. I really do. I think they're finally finding their way, Mikey. And I love it. I love it. Because you give Josh time in the pocket, you give these running backs a little bit of holes, it's a dangerous offense. If you don't do your job up front, what you saw week 1, that's what will happen.
Yeah.
It'd be a sloppy performance on offense.
Yeah. Yeah. And we still went 37-0 or 37-3 with a sloppy performance on offense. It's awesome.
Oh, today?
Yeah.
Wasn't too sloppy today.
It was all right. You know, Josh.
It wasn't like week 1 sloppy. Week 1 was sloppy.
Yeah, no, week 1.
I'm talking
week
about
1,
bad.
we gave the game away.
Yeah, I'm talking about just right.
Yeah. Like we ended up playing it fine. Love how Bernard has exceeded expectations, had himself quite a day. The Bills' running game was physical. I would like to see us get Murray and Harris involved earlier in the game. Right. Still, but I did like what I saw. Ultimately, our defense kept us in the game. Came out. They did bend. They never broke. They awesome red zone stop. And then Trey made a fantastic play in the end zone, just much like we have the last few years. I like what McDermott's doing with this defense. It's different.
Yeah, this is what he did, and the announcers mentioned it too in the game. It's what he did in Carolina. I kept telling y'all, like when he went to Carolina as defensive coordinator, when he left Philly, he was a bit too aggressive, and that's the reason why they let him go, right? Under Jim Jones, because he was a very aggressive defensive coordinator. When he went to Carolina, I think he learned a little bit. He balanced it out, right? And then he started getting exotic looks from his linebackers. That's why he likes Bernard and Milano so much. They can cover the field. And that's what the exotic looks come from. And that's what you're getting. But you're also getting that pressure. And I love it, man. So this is the defense I've always wanted with Sean McDermott, when he became head coach. It's just, I don't think Frazier ever had that in him,
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that.
Don't worry, I'm removing this man.
Yeah, it's not Frazier's way. Frazier lives in a bend but don't break style. It's always
exactly.
So I like it, and I agree, Roy. If Epinesa keeps playing like this, his trade value does go up. Although I don't think we'll trade him because I think they're going to want to keep him. If he keeps playing like this,
they won't. There's no reason.
They'll take. Well, not only that, if he gets signed to a decent sized deal, they'll get a comp pick the following year.
Just like Edmonds.
Just like Edmonds did this year. It's going to be one of those type of things. So.
Yeah, I don't think they'll get rid of him right now. No. Now, of course, it's early though. You never know what's going to happen up until the deadline. But
all right, Tommy. Look, who's your dogs for today?
Well, the number one, obviously, just the game ball in general. I think you're going to have to give to Bernard. Bernard was just a guy that all over the field today, making plays all over, interception, fumble recovery, sacks. I mean, this dude was just relentless. And then offensively, I'm going to say the offensive line. I'm just going to give it to the whole offensive line. They all get a game ball. I thought they did their job against a very good defensive line. That was the biggest concern going into this game, was how would they do against that nasty defensive line of the Washington Commanders. So you have to give it up to that whole offensive line. And then I on defense, I'll give it up to a few more players. Leonard Floyd was relentless today. Trey White, he was sticky all day, came up with an interception. Got to give him a game ball as well. And then I'll give one more to the offense, James Cook, with almost another back-to-back 100 yards. He was 3 yards short. They should have. I'm going to be honest. I love that Murray got the touchdown there, but I wish they would have gave him the opportunity to get a touchdown there.
He had the carry before that, and
I know, but but it was also they still could have had an opportunity.
Yeah,
but either way, whatever. So short, but yeah, those are my guys, and obviously Stephon Diggs because he was the main guy again on offense as far as receivers go. So those are my dogs. Who'd you got? Did I miss anybody? I'm sure I did.
Yeah, you did, and I'll get to them. Spencer, I think Benford was the worst.
I'd be here all day giving dog awards.
Yeah, I don't. I think Shaq Lawson was the worst player on defense today. By far. I thought Benford played average. But you know what? That's what you need from your CB2. He doesn't have to be special. Just be good. Be average.
Second season, man. He's still getting better. But
he got beat for that one long one where they were in press coverage and he didn't get his hands on him in press. You can't do that against a speedy guy.
Right.
And he got beat on that one. But other than that, he was good all day. So Harbor Freight 30% off. That's great. Dog awards. Stephon Diggs, 8 for 111 all day long. He got hurt. left for one play, came right back, and continued being the stud that Stephon Diggs is. Josh Allen, you can give him almost every week. It was efficient. 20 of 32, 218, 1-1. Then he had 3 carries, 46 yards, and a touchdown. You saw Josh Allen, the return of Josh Allen's legs, and you saw him slide a few times.
Yeah, man. We forgot about to mention that. Yeah, he played much more safer.
Under control. He was
right.
under control. Even on that deep ball where he got picked, he was under control.
No, I agree. Yeah. By the way, like that's what I like when Allen runs. When he takes off and it's not scripted. Just when he just takes off because there's nothing there, he sees a hole. That's fine. Like I'm with that. I can live with that all day. Mm-hmm. It's the runs, design runs that drive me nuts.
Yeah. Why was Shaq the worst? Because he doesn't want to know. If you go back and watch the game, he was in the backfield standing next to Brian Robinson and just never tackled him. And then the next play, he goes inside rather than staying outside, and they bust one outside for a long run. He's missed a couple sacks, missed tackles. That's why he was the worst today. Wasn't a strong game by granted, this was just from the TV view. I'll go back and watch the all 22.
Right, yeah, that's true.
This is just from the TV view. Maybe the all 22 shows a different story, but from the broadcast angle, wasn't a fan of what Shaq did today.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the defense side, Daquan, you can give that entire defensive line, just like you gave the offensive line. Really, you give it the entire defensive line.
Yeah.
Love seeing Micah get another pick again. Love seeing Micah get the pick. Jumped it. This is vintage Micah. Jordan Poyer bringing the lumber. Like, it was awesome. And then I'm going to give one to Bass Money today in nasty conditions.
Oh, yeah.
3 for 3 with a 54-yarder.
Yeah, that was a long that kick, and it was, man, bro, he kicked that thing dead center, bro. Like, it was that thing was good the whole way. Like, there was no worry about that kick. Like, yeah, man, that dude, he was a steal in the draft for us. Man, that was a great draft pick, man.
Yep, Shaq is number 90, Spin. Sam Martin, even him, he had one boot. He booted 70 yards.
Yeah,
and it was a touchback because it barely went in the end zone.
Barely, dude.
But it's still a 50-yard net punt. Which is great. Yeah, and that 50-yarder would have gone 54 in nasty conditions. Sorry, it wasn't Groot. No, Groot was fantastic today. Yeah.
Yeah, Groot.
You think I was talking about Groot? Yeah, no, Groot was fantastic, and he did get a sack. Groot was also was putting a bunch of pressure and getting QB hits without the sack. Like, Groot finally recorded a sack, but he's been playing really well all year. Mm-hmm. Hasn't gotten in the sack column until today.
Yep.
So those are my dogs. I want to make sure I give that special teams guys.
Yeah, no problem.
They're due because, man, it was awesome. It really was.
Yeah, it was just overall defensive. I mean, like I said, there was a few tackling issues, but other than that, man, golly, you can't ask for better for that defense. Like, that defense was nasty today.
3 straight games too, because they played really well in New Jersey. Like, the offense just put them in bad positions.
Yeah, exactly, bad position. So we did, man. I would say the offense today. I thought they never struggled. They weren't consistent. I need to see more. I need to see more from Dorsey and his play calling. That's all. We did enough. The defense helped out in this game. Obviously, put the offense in good field position. But you guys got to remember too. We settle for field goals instead of touchdowns. Like, I understand you're going to get field goals here and there, but you got sometimes, man, in the red zone. Come on, man. Like, defenses turn the ball over, you settle for field goal. Like, you
not creative enough. Not creative enough.
Exactly. So he has to get better as an OC. Help this offense out, man. But other than that, man, it was a beautiful performance today by the Buffalo Bills, man.
Team win led by the defense. Team win that was led by the defense. It's beautiful. Like, at no point in this game did I feel like we were going to lose this game. like even at halftime, it was 16-0. I felt like it should have been 28-0.
That's my point, because we were selling right. We were selling for field goals. It just like they were still in that game, even though we were dominating on defense.
Yes,
it was
Roy. That's the best way to say it. Roy said we needed more points off those turnovers.
Well, yeah, so
that's exactly it. Yeah,
got to have more points. You can't settle for field goals. Like, can't do that.
Well, no, it wasn't even that. We weren't even early. We weren't even getting points on those turnovers. You know, we had 3 going into halftime. We had 3 points off of 2 turnovers.
Yeah,
or 3 turnovers. You know, can't have that. Got to get more points off turnovers.
I think the only, I would say the worst overall worst thing I saw today by the Bills was that 4th and 1. I thought that was a really, really shitty ass play call by Ken Dorsey. I was so pissed, dude. Guys, I was so pissed.
He's fuming. I know.
I wanted to just, if there was someone here to punch, like, dude, I'm like, how are you gonna? First of all, like, honestly, Mikey, like 4th and 1, 90% of the time we run. I would have been even okay with a Josh Allen QB sneak. I would have been all right with that. Instead, you throw that stupid ass. Why? I don't get it. Like, I don't understand the play calling, man.
If you don't want Josh to get hit, that's fine. Turn around and hand it to Murray.
Get under center and hand it. Yes. Like, what are you doing here? Like, bro, it's so mind-boggling at times, guys. It's so frustrating, man. But it is what it is, man. We won the game. That's all that counts. Defense looked great. Offense looked okay. I'm going to be honest with you. It looked okay. Mm-hmm. I love that James Cook is starting to get going. But we need to play better on offense. That I know you're going to be like, 37. Like, no, man. We need, because I'm going to be real with you guys. This score here, we should have had like 45 points, 47. Like, this should have been a higher scoring game if we would have turned those turnovers into actual touchdowns. Right. Like, this could have been even more of a spanking. I'm just throwing that out there. And when we play better teams, we need to score touchdowns. Plain and simple. You got to do better on offense, man. So that's it.
I mean, granted, other than that, they were a really good defense. Let's not take that away from them. They have a really, really good defense.
No, I get it. I get it.
And they sacked Josh 0 times today.
Yeah, no, bro.
They led the league I just need to see. Yeah. I need to see more on, and it's not even that of the offense. I just need to see better situation play calls.
Right, and eliminate some of the ones that aren't working either.
How much? 12 did we go away from today? I think we did go away from it today.
We did. We didn't use a lot of it.
But we didn't use a lot of the jumbo. Yeah, we didn't use a lot of the jumbo either.
Yeah, I think that was more design though, because of that defensive line and more to help out.
Spencer Brown was good today.
It was okay.
He wasn't fantastic. Okay. He was good today. He had one really bad penalty, but other than that, they gave him a little bit of help. That offensive line gave up 0 sacks all day long against the best sack team in football.
Right. Relentless. Yep. So Mikey, I was happy with that. We got the win. That's all that we wanted, and we looked impressive on defense, and that's a good confidence booster going against a very good offense next weekend against the Dolphins. So, anything else before we go?
No, I'm really excited for the build up this week to that game. Next week.
It's gonna be hella talking.
You look at what the Dolphins have done. They've looked really good. They haven't played the best defenses up to this point. So it'll be interesting to see if they're really as good as they think they are. I'll tell you one thing. We better tackle better next week.
100%.
Can someone please double cover Hill?
Right.
Like they left him single coverage all game long today. It made no sense whatsoever.
We've played Hill pretty well, though, since he's been in Miami. I will say that about our defense. So tomorrow, guys, remember 9:30 from now on Monday. So we'll be on Monday night at 9:30. So no more late episodes for you guys. And then Tuesday's the wrestling podcast at 7:30. Thursday is Mafia Meets Family podcast, and Friday we'll be previewing the game at 8:30. So that's the lineup. And then AFC East Shakedown is on the Mafia Sports Report this coming up Saturday. and it's a huge. This is going to be a big episode because it's the Bills versus the Dolphins, and I'm going to be talking to Curtis, and probably Captain D might be there, and woo, it's going to be a good one.
Fantasy Kingdom drops their waiver wire video on Wednesday and goes live for the sit start on Saturday at 2 Eastern.
Yep. All right, so that's it. So, hey, Bills Mafia, we love you.
Good win, fellas.
Go Bills. We're out of here.
Go Bills.
Peace.